Question is the motion be agreed to, and I call the member for Perth.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Right now in Western Australia it's just hit 5 p.m. Thousands and thousands of Western Australians are sitting in cars along the Mitchell and Kwinana freeways and those other congestion points across the Perth metropolitan road network. As they sit bumper to bumper in my electorate, the member for Stirling's electorate, and far too many other electorates, I would dare say they would have some very harsh words for some of us in this place about some of the congestion challenges they continue to face. Unfortunately, the picture that was painted by the Infrastructure Australia report, Urban Transport, Crowding and Congestion, tells a story that only gets worse and worse. By 2031, that is in less than 12 years, drivers will spend 60% of their commute stuck in congested conditions. That's up from a current figure of 50% in 2016. It's more time listening to AM radio, 720 ABC or 6PR, depending on whether you're a Jeff or an Ollie fan, than spending time with your family. The latest Household Income and Labour Dynamics in Australia survey found that over the past decade, the average commute rose from 3.7 hours to 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours in commute. It's not good enough, and we do need to invest more in congestion busting, as some would say, or just lifestyle-enhancing infrastructure. Transport infrastructure naturally fascinates. My son is almost 2. Our dear friends Nadia and Bianca very kindly got him his first set of toy cars. Unfortunately, also some of his first branded toys. And now I've watched Cars 1, 2 and 3 more times than I dare to recall. One of our favourite songs is Wheels on the Bus, go round and round. But right now, again, in the Perth electorate, those wheels on the bus are not going around and round, they are stuck in a congested environment. It wasn't that long ago that the current government, a few leaders back, was refusing to fund public transport infrastructure in Western Australia. I'm glad that they eventually saw sense and funded the Metronet project. It's indeed, as that project starts rolling out later this year in my electorate with the Perth Bayswater Morley Ellenbrook line, we will finally see new track laid in Western Australia, a serious new line serving the people of the inner north, inner east and all the way up to Ellenbrook. The more you look into the infrastructure challenges we face, the numbers get sadder and sadder. 1 in 6 Australians spends more than 2 hours going to and from work every day. That's 2 hours of lost productivity. Of the $100 billion transport infrastructure program that we are lectured about day in, day out in this place, less than 30% of it is actually going to be built in the next 4 years. We've got the Reserve Bank Governor crying out for more investment. We've got a plan with shovel-ready projects that could be brought forward, making sure that Western Australians stay in work and, at the same time, we leave that great legacy of infrastructure. The other thing I have learned is, sadly, the $100 billion program doesn't in fact add up to $100 billion. Maybe Senator Matthias Cormann did the counting on that one. When you look at some of the contrasts between the government's approach and the approach of the Labor Party, it's clear that Labor is the party in Western Australia committed to public transport infrastructure. I grew up in Fremantle. It is well known of everyone who lives in Fremantle that it was the Liberal Party that closed the Fremantle rail line. It sat dormant for years and years. It took a Labor government to reopen it. It's only because of Labor governments that the actual big congestion-busting projects in Perth have gotten started. Indeed, it was the Leader of the Opposition who got the Gateway project started. I congratulate the current government on opening that project, but it only started because of the work of Anthony Albanese. And then I mentioned before the Metronet project, a project that makes sure that people in my electorate can get to Ellenbrook and people in Morley, Naranda can get into the city, halving, if not cutting in 1/3 their commute into the CBD. There's many more things to do. Member for Stirling and I probably agree that Scarborough Beach Road would be a great place for a light rail down to Scarborough Beach. I'd love to see an inner city light rail. I'd love to see more investment in the national broadband network so that it can actually achieve the vision of making sure that we have fewer people in cars and more people taking advantage of clever working opportunities. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.